All right, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever you're doing. Uh, I'm just going over the Inscribed Angles practice worksheet that was assigned on May 13th, and we'll get right to it. I'm just going to do a couple of the problems so that you can see what is going on and kind of highlight some of them, and then I'll post the answers up at a later date. Okay, so here's the worksheet that we're doing. All right, and let's just kind of zoom in here if we can. I'm going to try and color code everything so that we're looking at it. So number one, it says, what is the measure of arc ABC? So we're going to highlight that in blue. ABC is this angle or arc right there. ABC, angle ABC, is this angle right there. And if I said that that angle, I don't know what that angle is. So that angle we're going to look, and that's an inscribed angle. Now let's concern ourselves with the arc, because we have this 130-degree arc. We know that if we go all the way around the circle back to C, that's 360 degrees. Therefore, if we're looking at the other arc, we're going to subtract that and get 230 degrees. So the measure of that arc is 230 degrees. I guess I should have wrote that in blue, but that's okay. So what we're then going to ask for is, what is the measure of angle ABC? Well, that is the intercepted arc of the inscribed angle. And the intercepted arc of the inscribed angle, the angle is equal to half the arc. So the angle is equal to half of 130, which is 65. All right, so make sure that you have, I'm looking at those. Let's take a look at number 2. We have MNP, or MNQ being 80 degrees. This angle right here is 80 degrees. There is an intercepted arc with that, which is this angle right. I guess I should have used colored pencils. All right, so let's find that first. MQ. Well, the intercepted arc, again, let's use angle is equal to 1/2 the arc, or the arc is equal to 2 times the angle. So in this case, I'm given the angle. So I'm going to use this formula. 2 times the angle, 2 times 80. 2 times 80 is going to equal 160 degrees. So this is 160 degrees. Now, what they're asking for is MPQ. MPQ is this angle. It has the same intercepted arc. That intercepted arc, since it is the same, is going to be the same measurement. This was that property on the top of the second page of notes. That angle is going to also be 80 degrees, half of 160. Okay. We got circle O. Point O shown is the center of the circle. Oh, there's point O, so that's the center, which makes BOC a central angle, which makes this arc, I'm not going to rewrite it because it's right next to it, is 72 degrees. So arc BC is 72 degrees. They want to know what BAC is. Well, let's go with green. B to A to C. Oh, well, that intercepts that same arc. So if I have the arc, in order to find the angle, I take 1/2 of 72, which is 36. So up here, this is the one that is given to you, and this is given to you. So if you're looking at anything, anytime that you have a formula, in order to plug into the formula, what has to happen is you have to do something to that value that you're given. So in that case, what we're doing is we're plugging in for those values. Okay, so kind of see how that works. All right. Let's go to number 5. Now, number 5, PQ goes through O. O is the center. PQ is a diameter. If it's a diameter, that makes this a right angle. So the hypotenuse, which is across from the 90-degree angle, angle PRQ is 90 degrees. And arc PRQ, what's this arc? Well, that's a semicircle. It's 180 degrees, because this would be 180. So the other one would be 180. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. I like using my different colors here. Gets me out coloring. All right, so 100 degrees is this one. And it inscribes this angle. All right, so that's angle C. So red is angle C. Well, if this is 100, the arc AB, which intercepts that, is 100 degrees, which means that the angle, I use this formula, half the arc length is the angle measure, 50. I got another arc here, this green one. I'm going to color in this green one as that. That is 150. The intercepted arc is that one, which creates angle A. Again, intercepted arc, arc AB has 150, so I'll put a measure. Half of that is 75 degrees. And then you're going to ask yourself, well, what is arc AB? Let's go with blue. What's AC, excuse me, and angle B? This angle. Well, these two are going to be equal. Arc AC is the intercepted arc, B is the inscribed angle. Which one could we find? Well, there's a couple ways we can find that one. If we took, I guess I haven't used blue in a while. If we took these two angles, 75 and 50, and add them together, I get 125. If I take 180 and subtract 125, because you have a triangle, you get, what, 55 degrees? So that's the third angle. And then what we're going to do is what are we going to do to that? If I'm given the angle, I double it to get the arc. So 55 times 2 is 110. Now, let's take a look at it another way. If I look at the arcs around, if I look at 100, 150, and 110, they must add up to 360, because that's the whole full circle. Okay? Get the idea? Okay. I think you got it over here. Look at the intercepted arc. Look at the angle. Notice it's a quadrilateral. This is that one where it has to be, these two have to be supplementary. Okay. And you have an intercepted arc. I'm not going to do the problem, but let's just take a look at it. If I know this angle, I should be able to find this arc, which is ADC. Let's use red. If I know let's use green because it's a different contrasting color. If I want to know this, which is angle D, I need to know, my green is this. So which is ABC, arc ABC, and angle D are going to be green. O is a central angle. You kind of got those. What has to be true about N? And then what has to be true about the other arc? This is like the example that we gave. Okay, on the first page of the notes. So this angle with this angle, red and purple, are associated with that angle. Alright, let's go down to the last problem. About 11 minutes here, that's good. So we need to find this little arc right here. And we have 70, 110, and 50. So if I add up 70, 110, and 50, I get 0, 12, 13, carry the 1, 230, subtract from 360, and I get 130. So this arc is 130. Now that arc has a couple angles that go along with it. Well, if I look at the endpoints, D and A, there's a couple angles that have DA as the intercepted arc. And those would be, that's a 0. That would be angle 3 and angle 6. So 3 and 6 are going to be the same. Oh. Okay. Well, this 50-degree angle arc has two angles that inscribe it. 4 and 1. Alright, find the other two. And then find the measures, because you know that those two are going to be the same. So if it's inscribed for this 130, if the arc is 130, your angle is half of that. So that would be 65 degrees. Okay? You got the rest of that worksheet to do. Alright. Hope that helps. Shoot me an email if it does not. But other than that, good luck. Make sure you're doing your delta math as well. Bye.